Welcome to the channel. In this video I'm going to take you along on my install of the Reolink RLC-833A security camera. It's an 8 megapixel power over Ethernet security camera, and basically what power over Ethernet, or PoE, is that the device itself is powered over an Ethernet cable instead of AC power coming from the home. So the power is injected over the Ethernet line, which is typically from another PoE switch or the Reolink NVR itself. So let's get started. So one of the first things I want to do is I want to go ahead and take this mounting plate off the bottom of the camera. You'll just simply twist, release. I'm going to use this particular plate as my guide. It does come with a sticker that you can just mount on the ceiling or wall, but I'm going to go ahead and use this plate. So on the exterior of our home we have a covered lanai, and I would like to mount that camera right here in this corner, but I'm not sure of any obstacles on the other side of the drywall, or even if it's even accessible at this particular location. So I need to give myself some type of marker on this side that I can push through to find that in the attic. So to do that, what I've done was deconstruct a wire hanger. I've straightened it out and spray painted the tip orange. So the idea is to simply drill a small hole into the ceiling, feed that wire up through to the attic space, get up there, find it, check the location. If everything's good to go, then this is the place I'll mount that camera. And already I've hit something that I can't get through. So there may be a 2x4 or something preventing. So I'm gonna have to choose another location. So there's the lanai space there. And as I thought, I was hitting this plate, this 2x4 here. But here's my marker I was able to find in the attic. There's the hole that I drilled. But since I do have that 2x4 real close, I'm not sure if my anchors will fit right here. If not, I can just screw in to this 2x4. Or if I want, I can come over here, give myself a little bit extra space to work with, and mount right here. And I think that's what I may do, is just go ahead and come off this mark, move it over a little bit, or move it further out, and I'll tap in right here. So now that we're back outside, go ahead and pull this back out. That was quite helpful. I'm going to use my plate as my guide. I know I have a 2x4 coming across here that's close to this hole, and I have that plate right above. So what I'm going to do is, this is the opening where the device cables will go up through into the attic space. So I'm just going to cheat this hole over a little so I have room for the anchors. And there we go. We have our holes transferred over. So next I will take a drill bit, drill out these 4 holes for the anchors to go in, and then take a 25mm hole saw bit to drill out the hole there for the device cables, and then we can go ahead and mount this plate. Inside the packaging you will get a pack of these anchors, drywall anchors. They do have a little bit of a bite on it, and with the weight of the camera and 4 of these, it shouldn't be a problem holding, but I am going to replace one of these with a 50-pound anchor. This one anchor alone could hold the camera, but just gives me a little bit added security to make sure that this camera doesn't drop and fall out of the ceiling for whatever reason. A little bit further out. So with that one, I'm actually hitting the stud. All right, all of those are flush with the drywall. For this last one, I'll just screw in. So as you can see, it's just a little bit beefier of an anchor. So this, what I'm doing is just giving myself a little starting hole for my bit to go into. And that bit makes easy work for making holes. And from here, we'll just go ahead and mount the plate. We'll get each one of the holes started, then we'll tighten it all down. And make sure the teeth here are on the outside. The camera goes onto the plate like this and locks in. There you go. Now we have a hole right here that all the data cables can go through for the camera. Got our strong anchor here, the other 4 anchors. The only concern I have is this, the head of this screw sticks out slightly, as you can see. So I'm curious if this will be an issue. If not, I can swap that screw for a flathead here, and we'll be good to go. So looking at the back of the camera, here's where the 3 teeth in that channel mounts to, secures it. But there is a small channel here that I'm hoping that screw that's sticking out a little bit will bypass. If not, it is going to hit this piece that's flat, and therefore I will have to swap that screw out. So now all I need to do feed this up into the hole. And it locks into place. This locking ring stays on the mount, however this can pivot or rotate. As I just mentioned, this bottom section, not the ring, but this bottom section can rotate. You can pitch the camera up and down. You can also barrel roll if you need to slightly to level your viewing angle. However, this is a static view, so I don't have any controls on the inside to manually, pitch the camera up and down, but they do make those cameras. The next step here is to run internet lines into the wall to this location. I don't have anything in the attic right now, so the camera's not connected, but we'll go ahead and run those lines, terminate the ends, and get this connected next. Now that I'm back inside, what I need to do is connect the camera via Ethernet cable from the camera to the NVR. This is the network video recorder, so this is a 16 channel NVR, so I can have up to 16 cameras recording at one time. I purchased a box of 1,000 feet bulk cable. I'm going to terminate this in, and using this port I added to the wall, I will run the cables up and connect it to the camera. Here's what the cable will look like once it's terminated. It's using the RJ45 pass-through connector and the T568B wiring standard. So now I'll fish this up the wall and connect this end to the camera. Here's what the hole looks like without the plate. So as I mentioned, this is tied off to one of the trusses up in the attic. So I'll pull this rope, which will then pull this Ethernet up and into the wall. At least navigating's not too terrible, but I am in Florida and it's probably well over 100 degrees in this attic. I would not recommend doing this during the summer like I'm doing, but I'm eager to get these cameras installed. So I've made it to the area upstairs where I need to be. Right here you can see the white cable. That's from the camera that we pushed in through the ceiling. Over here you can sort of see there's that rope hanging down. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that Ethernet wire up, run it across, and connect it right there. And here's the rope again, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. Since I have multiple wire pulls to do, it was just easier to go this route. I only have one box, and there we go. Here's the cable. And I'll run this over. All right, so I pulled that wire through, just ran it along this rail at the bottom. Here's my excess here. Here's that end. Here's the end of the camera. And basically all I'm going to do is plug it into here. Give me 1 minute. There we go. Now the camera has been connected to that big spool of Ethernet cable. I just need to pull some slack out of that box, terminate that in, plug it into the NVR, and it's easy as that. Okay, I'm back in the office now. I just detached from the bulk supply of Ethernet cable. I screwed the wall plate back on. What I need to do now is terminate this in with another RJ45 connector so I can plug it into one of the open channels on the NVR. Now remember, there's no extra power supply in the attic to turn the camera on. All the power is coming over this, power over Ethernet. So the power is going to come from the NVR, run up this line, power on the camera. As long as I terminated these ends properly so they match, I should have a signal. So I just plugged it in. Looks like I got a data connection there. I can see the port light flashing. If I come to the NVR, there we go. Perfect.